All right, President Stevenson, here's, I thought I'd give you a video of the draft concept for the new Triumph grant for Walton County. I liked the name Trifecta, so I kept that concept in the grant. And the idea is that we are designing the workforce for the future of Walton County, all the way from kindergarten through college. So this is kind of a fun concept. Here's the trifecta. Our first part is the STEM component, and this is a K-12 component where we are going to integrate with the schools in a seamless fashion so that students can really go from kindergarten right into college, right in their public school system. And we will bring inspiration and STEM concepts and training and workshops and opportunities right to students. The other two components are the workforce programs that we currently do not have that Walton County clearly needs in order to develop their workforce for the future and the jobs that are not only coming, but they're already there. And we can show that through statistics. So let's get right into that. We'll start with the first part. The K-12 Accelerated Education STEM Institute. The Institute's primary job is to get students in Walton County opportunity and access to education, both at the college level and the level going into college. So we're doing a couple of things. We're engaging K-12 students in active career exploration with a focus on STEM fields. We're going to do a few things here. We're going to offer workshops right on our campus for students, and we're also going to bring these workshops into the public schools and make them available to the teachers in the public schools so that they can really integrate the experience of STEM into their teaching and what they're doing in their classrooms. One example of a way that we will do this is we will offer a Science Olympiad event on our campus. And the Science Olympiad event is something that I've done before. It's a phenomenal. In fact, I had over 50 teams that participated. By the time I left, it started at 16. So students love this concept. And what they do is they come and they engage in STEM activities and competitions for an entire day, but they prepare and do that stuff in the classroom throughout the year to prepare for this event. It's just a phenomenal event. Teams that win go on to the regional, the state competition in Orlando. We'll hold a regional here. They'll go to the state competition in Orlando, and then there's a national event every year in various places in the country. The other component is we really want to give students the opportunity while they're in high school to gain college credits. They're free at that time. We want to engage them in the dual enrollment process, but the problem is the schools don't always have the qualified teachers to teach, and we are limited by SACs in terms of what we can do at the schools. So the concept is we take one classroom, work with Walton County schools to get a classroom in each school that we define as a Northwest Florida State College classroom. We outfit it with the best in learning distance technology, which will allow them to distance into any class live at our college. So we would have the same technology here at Northwest Florida State College. This is state of the art. It's not the stuff that we have right now where it goes out or flickers or anything like that. This is just state of the art. The camera is back here. It follows the teacher as they teach throughout the classroom. There's cameras on this side so that the class can always see when a student interacts. They hit a button, the camera focuses right in on them so that everybody can see them, hear them, and understand them. There's actually mics at each and every seat in the classroom. This is just state-of-the-art stuff, and it can be used not only for dual enrollment, it can be used for the tech tracks, of which we have 0 right now with the public schools, so they're going to love this. So it's not just for the dual enrollment student, the student that has a 3.0 GPA or above. It's for all of those students that don't meet those dual enrollment requirements, or who might not envision themselves as a college student in the future. So we can engage them in other programs that we have and college level programming as well. So great opportunity. And the idea here to me is I think we can offer a third of their students at each high school the opportunity to gain a year's worth of college credit before they graduate high school. So we can really drive up our educational attainment rates in Walton County by a huge amount. All right, let's get into the next two parts of this grant. The next two parts constitute the Technical Training Institute and the Medical Technology Institute. And the foundation for the programs that have been selected for each of these institutes are two things. One, these are high need areas. There are tons of jobs. This is just Walton County, this graph. 2017 job listings in Walton County. Over 4,000 job listings in sales and related occupations. That includes realty. We have office administration, and we've got a CAM license here. Look at this. Over 3,000 jobs needed in this area. And so we're going to offer a CAM license for people to do management and stuff. Installation, maintenance, these are your jobs that have to do with electrical and plumbing. So you'll see that out at our DeFuniak portion, the Technical Institute. The education component will be in here. Medical Technology Institute. This is going to be our healthcare. Well over 1,000 jobs in this area. And so these programs have been picked on based on this graph, and here are their hourly wages. They're all good, high-paying jobs that we've selected from. The Technical Training Institute, this will be out at our DeFuniak campus, and this will include diesel engine technology, huge need in this area. In fact, in Walton County, Rooms to Go is currently paying drivers over $100,000 a year plus benefits. That's how badly they need commercial drivers. So that's actually the CDL, sorry, right here. And somebody, of course, has to take care of all this technology. The diesel engine technology program will do that. There's the realty program that I mentioned. This is a one-semester program that gets our students into realty. With all this realty that's going up, especially in South Walton County, the need for realty is very high. With all the building that's going on, electrical and plumbing needs are very, very high. So we'll have a electrical and plumbing concept out there, and unmanned vehicles will be there as well. That's a program with high need and gets people into STEM, and this program in particular will be very useful in getting students interested in STEM in that first component, the K-12 component of this grant. So tons of opportunity. The Medical Technology Institute will be housed as evening programs primarily at our South Walton campus. And these programs not only come from the data that I displayed 2 slides ago, but also with our conversations with our CEOs at our hospitals and our varying doctors and so forth that interact with us in our present medical programs. And they've been begging for these particular people: medical lab technicians, medical assisting advanced phlebotomy. So we're going to offer these three programs at our South Walton campus. They're also easy programs to move to our North Walton campus. Maybe we alternate by semesters if we need to. There's a lot of opportunity there. And lastly, there's that CAM licensure that I mentioned as well, and that will be offered down at our South Walton campus. And many of these programs you'll see can really be moved around quite a bit. So how much does this all cost? That's always the big question. So we have a preliminary budget, and there's still a few spots in here that I'm not 100% sure about, but we're very, very close at this point with the budget. And these budgets are actually tied to real numbers in just about all places now. The overall ask for this grant is approximately $8,200,000, and this is interesting. The overall cost of the grant is over $12 million. In our first iteration of Triumph, we did not include the salaries and so forth as we took them over. This is a 5-year grant. Anything we pay for during that 5 years comes on us as our portion participated in, I would hope, for the grant. And so you can see in the first 2 years of the grant, the Triumph portion is going to be standing up these programs for us. So they are really, and this is the part that state colleges just can't afford, is to stand up programs. Once we get the program stood up, I mean, here's our cost in the first year, $7 million to stand up these programs. But after that, these programs become much more affordable for the college to maintain. So they're going to get us going in the first 2 years, give us a little bit of a buffer, and then in the third year, we're going to take over those costs, which amounts to close to $4 million. And that goes to our portion of the grant. And so you can see just based on this, our portion of the grant is 32% of the grant right there. So that's some of our what we're doing. Each of these areas is broken down so that we can see where everything is going. Yellow means I don't have secure numbers there yet. And I might add natural gas to this. This natural gas is not in there, but we are standing up that program, and we don't have the money to really buy all the equipment and do the things that we need to do. So I may add natural gas to this out of the Defuniak site. But we can see each of the breakdowns of the costs. So these are our equipment costs. And there's diesel right there, the diesel engine technology we have a large equipment cost for. Believe it or not, the licensure, the trucks don't cost too much, nearly as much. So we can purchase a couple of trucks for our CDL license and so forth for $150. The diesel's the big cost in standing up programs. Now, let me go out. We can see the supplies, and here's the big one: construction. The CDL, we are required to have a pad for the CDL, so we're looking at $1 million there for the pad. We also are required to have a building for the diesel program, and that has to be to state specifications. So we're looking at about $1.2 million for that out of the Defuniak campus. And then these would be 2 houses that would comprises our training center for electric, plumbing, and can be used for natural gas and other things in the future. Not only that, but right now, every company that sends its people for training in the state of Florida sends them to Athens, Georgia for plumbing. Can you believe that? Athens, Georgia. So they'll have a facility right here that they can send people to. So this concept actually allows for more than just education of our students right here in Walton County, but hopefully it becomes an epicenter as well to begin to bring people to Defuniak for training. So that's a little bit of a business boost also to Defuniak. I hope that kind of answers. I know that was a very quick overview, but I wanted to give you a quick, here's what I'm thinking, and kind of lay out the concept for you in delineated terms so that you could express that onward tomorrow as well. Now, the big catch is I still haven't gotten a hold of the superintendent and of schools in Walton County, Russell Hughes, and hopefully you and I can go have that conversation, because a good part of this falls apart without his blessing. Actually, the most expensive part doesn't, but about $600,000 to $700,000 of it, those classrooms in the schools do. But I will tell you, his principals are very behind the concept. So anyway, I'll stop going on, and I hope this was helpful. Thank you, sir.